Welcome back to the ESL Pro League, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all recovered from that last match. I'm still working on that one, but while you were watching it, there was a match going on off-air on our other stream. It was Kingwin versus Hellraisers, and Hellraisers won Inferno 16-9, and then Kingwin turned it around, should I say, 16-6. The next series coming up, of course, is North versus Mousesports. That's on the other stream. You can find it on the same channel as this one, but you definitely want to hang around for our next match here. We'll just wait, I guess, and see who's going to go furthest, of course, tonight. And speaking of which, the Mountain Dew League is giving amateur players a direct path into the CSGO Pro League. You can find out all the details about that at esea.net/MDL. And in the meantime, future pros, Russia has prepared a new flash for Overpass for you to enjoy.
Hey Future Pros, this flash will aid in pushing out of T-Connector. It will also flash off any AWPer posted on T-Con from Connector. First of all, whack yourself into this corner. Aim anywhere inside of the highlight section, then throw the flash.
Thank you, Mitch, and thanks for that beautiful pro tip, Rush. We're coming up with the second series of the day. It is going to be NiP, it is going to be FaZe, and we have another great player. We saw Simple earlier, now we have Nico.
I thought you were going to talk about me.
Yeah, did you? Did you really?
No, I didn't. I didn't know. Nico, probably one of the top, what, 5 players in the world?
Yeah, I would say.
We get to see a bit more of his potential on this team now. He was kind of shackled to Mousesports for a while there, but now he's been set free. Yanko's been partying ever since.
Yeah, he has. It's just been a nonstop party over there. And also, I mean, the big thing was we just saw him at IEM on his new team, and he seemed very happy. He was having a very good tournament.
There's lots of comparison photos of him on Mouse and him on FaZe with the smiles. So he's happier, that's for sure.
Much more effective also. He was just a monster. I mean, this is a guy that at a certain point last year was considered the best player in the world.
Yeah, well, he's always been like effective to some extent. I think what happened was, especially while he was under God B, he was utilized better, and then when he had to become the in-game leader and stuff, it's very difficult because you feel as the in-game leader you need to give up more roles or positions and try and integrate your teammates more, and you saw his performance drop off because of that. And now that he is getting told what to do again, or maybe not getting told what to do, or having to tell anyone what to do, he's performing some fantastic Counter-Strike.
Yeah, and I mean a little bit upset obviously, but not too much. I don't think you'd be too mad. I mean, that was an insane ace from Dupree. He's talking about the Deagle. No, that's the Nuke ace actually.
Yeah, that was nuts. The 1v3.
Yeah, with 2 bullets left.
That was beautiful.
You can't be too upset about that when you see it back. But Glaive giving some props to his fellow in-game leader, giving props over to Kerrigan and how he's built this team. It's true. Kerrigan has put a lot of pieces together. Bringing Kiyoshima off the bench seems to be a very smart decision. Yeah,
everything seems to have changed since Kerrigan's joined, and they've actually looked like a unit that is going to be deadly going forward.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the big thing. The pieces are all coming together, and this team, it just seems is going to stay at the top. It doesn't seem like this will be the last time we see them in a final. You can see them exiting the stage after their loss there. Obviously going to be crushing, but I think they can be very happy with what they've accomplished in such a short time with Nico in this lineup.
Yeah, to build on what you were saying, it's like a puzzle, right? And all the pieces were clicking, especially on that Inferno map. You know, you saw what Aloe could do with the AWP relatively aggressively. Yeah. In other maps like Overpass, he showed he can be passive with it as well. Keo getting clutches and multi-frags like he needs to. Rain being very effective. Everyone on that team was doing their job, and it's, you know, something for them to build on and work on, and they're only going to get better, in my opinion.
Yeah, the crazy thing is there's a world where Dupree doesn't get that Deagle ace on Overpass, and then all of a sudden maybe FaZe even just wins that, and then all of a sudden it's 2-0 for them. So yeah. That was there are a couple rounds in both of these maps where Dupree was Xypnix all tournament, and then Dupree really bailed out Astralis in that grand final.
That's the thing, like in the past, Device and Dupree have both been criticized for not having particularly good performances in quarters or semifinals. Now they're playing in finals. We still yet to see Device like shine through and be a superstar, but he's consistent as usual. But then Dupree to get those massive influential rounds to turn the game is you know, something that he should be very happy about.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this FaZe team on Nuke even. I mean, that's going to be the first map in the series between FaZe and NiP. You know, this is going to be a big challenge for them because NiP, they aren't slouches on this map by any means. This is a map where, despite some of the struggles they've had, I mean, still they've maintained form from previous iterations of CSGO where NiP was very good on Nuke. Their CT rotations are very crisp, much like we see from teams like Virtus Pro on it.
Yeah, these guys were early adapters of the map, and just after they were actually knocked out of the group stage, I was walking down the hallway and I saw Freiburg and I said, oh, unlucky man, and he said to me, you know, they were much happier with their performance, even though they didn't make it into the playoffs. They felt they played a better brand of Counter-Strike, and that's something, you know, that they can definitely hold their head high over. They did play a better brand of Counter-Strike. A lot of their games were close. I think they were only blown out once, and that was two FaZe on Cage 16-6. So if we can see the team, you know, coming in with a bit more confidence than they may have had before, this game would be closer than what we're expecting on paper.
Well, what their losses were, what, like a 14-16 to Fnatic. They had to come back in, and then I think it was a double or triple overtime.
28-24 to Astralis on Overpass.
So more than triple overtime.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a big thing, though, because also if you look at it in this league as well, they're at the bottom of the standings. They're last place.
Not where you want to be.
So, I mean, even if you're playing a better brand of Counter-Strike, at some point that's got to translate into wins. It's got to translate when you're at tournaments of getting out of group stage.
Yeah, and I think they've had some losses to teams that they probably should beat.
Yeah.
I can't remember right now.
I think I actually have that written down. Came prepared today, Chad.
Lovely, you took some notes.
They lost to Heroic and Mousesports. So Heroic you could kind of understand at the moment, yeah.
The Mousesports one, I think, was with Nico. So Nico gets 2 chances to beat NiP.
To beat NiP, why not?
He'd be happy with that.
They've got to be a little upset that they have to play him twice.
Yeah.
That's a guy no one likes playing against.
Yeah, well, I think, you know, with Nuke specifically, this is what, well, here's this clip that I prepared with Rush earlier. So basically, this is the FaZe outside wall smokes. I think G2 also do these ones. These are a little bit deeper. They're a little bit more unique. You're going to see them land here. It actually requires 3 smokes deep, and they walk close to the smokes. And they're going to basically try and get map territory from this. They actually hit a really nice shot there on device, which is the opening. The cool thing about this is the way that they get secret. Nico stays outside patrolling that. You've got Kiyoshima and Karrigan in lobby holding down those positions, and then they just wait. They know that Astralis have to push, and here's Kirby on cue. Kiyoshima is going to take him down, and then they're going to find themselves in a 3-on-5 situation with yet another man advantage. What happens next is the guys from Secret come back out, they link up with Nico, and they're going to make their way to the top site and collapse on that bomb site. Nico grabs a nice little kill, and they just swarm on the site and grab it with ease. So that's just a really good way that they use a unique, unorthodox set of smokes to grab map territory. Once they have it, they just hold, wait, and then they collapse together because they know the CTs have to take risks.
It's cool as well, because those 3 smokes also would keep the defense pretty honest in the sense that, you know, I mean, you can be a little bit riskier with those smokes. You can pop flash through it and go into warehouse.
Yep.
You can pop flash through it and go into mini and split into the upper bomb site. So a lot of variety in what you can do with those smokes, especially if you get some success. But yeah, all the players are ready to go. They're all in the server. So we are going to send it over to your casters for FaZe and NiP. It is going to be Sadakist and Henry G.
Thank you very much. Yes, I've been patiently waiting to get into this. It's NiP, Henry, your favorite team.
My favorite team in the entire world. Not doing too well right now. Looking pretty poor. The events have been bad. Pro League's been bad. But I still have hope. When there's life, there's got to be hope. So,
when there's life, there has to be hope.
What are you thinking?
I don't know if that's always true, but I think, yeah, there's got to be something on the up soon. I predicted they won't. I think Chad and I both did last night. Will not make the playoffs in Dallas, Texas in June. But FaZe certainly may do so with Nico coming back into them, or back into them, to them, I should say.
Sure.
But back to play NiP, as they mentioned. Yeah, they're lifted. They looked great. They looked fantastic in Katowice.
Absolutely, the best we've ever seen from FaZe. Probably the first ever grand final. I was speaking to Rain after. I think he said that's his first ever grand final, and he's obviously very happy to be there with 3 days practice as well. Imagine what they can do over a couple of months. Hopefully it's not just a honeymoon period, and we can see these guys get better and better. I'm sure they will. Karrigan, he is no dummy. He'll be managing to kind of get these guys stronger and stronger, get the map pool deeper, and going into Nuke as well. Historically, a fantastic map for NiP, but to be fair, not really anything's been working for them so far. They've had a lot of time to practice in terms of they didn't go to the major and all that sort of stuff. We thought they'd be revitalized from that, but it seemed to be the opposite. Had a couple of good results in Katowice, but didn't make it out of the group. That was disappointing for them. And Nuke to kick things off. FaZe, they had that great grand final against Astralis map. They actually looked really good on this map overall. So this is going to be a rough day in the office for NiP. I do think FaZe are going to pick it up, but hopefully it's a nice close game. I hope it's like a 16-14.
Yeah, I mean, Nuke lends itself to that still. I'm not... The way that FaZe plays with the individuals with Rain and Nico going off, I'm not convinced anyone on NiP right now, aside from Forrest, if he's up to scruff, can really combat it. I don't think Chris Getright has been up to the challenges of late. I think he's got to get focused again, but I'm sure that'll happen over time. I don't think it's going to happen with the flip of a switch.
Yeah, it's the AWP situation for me for NiP. It's the main problem, to be honest.
Yeah,
T-side's not too bad. Forrest can hold his own. Pits on the CT side, I'm not really feeling it. But here we go then. It's going to be round number 1, 3 sets of armor. They have got some lobby control right now. It looks like to be the upper execute.
Gonna be the upper execute. Gonna be fast in. Nico sitting back in behind the Second vent. Hardly had to move when he does. Makes good work of it, but then goes down immediately after. Get right, Pit. Forced now as well on a pistol, making things work. But Kerrigan just decides, no, I'm going to go. I'm going to jump down. Charges in from the air, gets one. Finds Forrest up close, but can't hit the shot. It now goes 1-0 for NiP.
The late upper execute works out for NiP there. A couple of smokes used towards main entrance and the bomb site itself. Flashings go in. Kerrigan does make something of it, but unfortunately shut down as the bomb makes its way towards lower. NiP now 1-0 on the T side. It's a great start. Of course, there's a force buy in response, though, from FaZe. And Kerrigan, he's got the scout. He's actually very good with that weapon. And to be fair, Nico with a deagle, that's quite a scary prospect in itself. No fast play from NiP. We're seeing a lot of terrorist sides on there. Anti-force by anti-ecos rushing towards upper. We've discussed they can't actually get above the squeaky door of the CT, so that's certainly an idea. But for now, standard smokes towards outside. 3 of them, to be fair. Got a lot of commitment, and Nico's going to have a chance at this one dig, and he doesn't nail it. Thank God for that. Exist takes him down with the help with Pit as well, and Kerrigan now trying to do what he can with this scout. Allo rotates towards Secret, but the round is falling apart for FaZe here. Allo should pick up this kill. Can't land the headshot, though, so that's going to be it. 5 versus 2. Rain and Kiyoshima trying to make something of it, but this force buy amounting to almost nothing. Just Kiyo remaining now, and he'll be positioned towards the outside garage. So this is good news for NiP. Next round will be a full eco for the CDs, not a single kill picked up, and it does mean as well AWP might be a bit of a problem for Allo. And we always discuss this, Mal. This team, they refuse to allow him to full eco, and sometimes it actually falls apart for them.
Yep, I would agree with that. I think that teams need to constantly be focusing on trying to get AWPs out, especially on maps. Nuke. T-side Inferno, maybe not.
Someone like Allo as well.
Nuke, definitely. I think you still should.
Good with the weapon. You just want to make sure that going into the gun rounds, let's look down outside. Not many people can actually challenge Allo and take him down. It just seems that he's always part of the force plays. Like, it's fine if they win the round, obviously it pays off, but if they don't, they set themselves up for a bit of a disaster. But regardless, let's get into this one, shall we? It's going to be USPs across the board, not a single dollar invested by FaZe Clan. And towards outside we go once again. Same smokes used, and there's an upper little stack going on from the CTs here. 3 of them on the bomb side floor. Kiyoshima up above. And Forrest now, he goes hunting in the catwalk area. The Kerrigan, he's about to meet his maker, I think, as he wants to peek towards outside. Pit's waiting for him, decides to better over. Freiburg, he's not messing around. And it's going to be 3 kills just like that for NiP.
Somewhere to start. Allo looking back to make sure there's no push in from the radio room. Get Right has gotten in behind them, though. They're going to have to be very careful because Get Right, he's trying to do damage. He's going to spot in toward the library. Forrest does it all on his own. Get Right doesn't even need to do much, but it's all but one staying alive for NiP. And a 3-0 start for them.
Yeah.
FaZe to bring up weapons, but as you mentioned, Allo not in a position to go on the AWP.
So this is an interesting round for NiP. They know the orb's not going to be a possibility. They should know. If they killed him with a headshot, they could feel he has armor. This is always an interesting round for the CTs. You're lacking utility, you're lacking defuse kits and AWP. Nico's even on the SMG there as well. Normally, most terrorist teams will go very quickly here and try and exploit that. Maybe baked out the utility to the start and just go somewhere as a 5-man unit. You know they're not going to have a huge amount of trade potential there without the smokes to lock you out or the Molotovs to segregate terrorists. So, big round for NiP. Possibility to go with 5-0s. Very prominent as there it is. A simple play. Flashbang towards upper and Pit. He does find Kiyoshima, and that's the problem here. No head armor on 3 of the CTs. They're going to get absolutely wrecked here by these Galils and SMGs.
And a Molotov. Kerrigan gets greeted by authority when he walks up to the site.
That's why we called it the bonus round, right? Because if you know you can get towards the upper site and you've 4 players in front of you without head armor, this means so much for the economy of NiP. Rain's doing what he can right now, but at this stage, it's pretty much unwinnable. Smoked out, no kit on him as well. 2 players to find a bomb to defuse. I don't see it happening, but he did some fantastic things over in Katowice, so maybe he can find some room to wiggle, but apparently not. He'll be falling back, and this should be the 5-0 round. He saves the M4. Something to work with next round, but NiP pretty successful overall. That's the problem. No head armor against this bonus round. You've opted for utility over firepower, or defensive, I guess. But Pit goes down with the bomb. So they dented NiP slightly, I guess, but it's not really going to matter. 11k on 3 players. Do they buy into this phase? Surely not. Oh, they're doing it.
Well, all right then. I was going to say I would not.
Fair.
No, it's not. They're going to stay around 2K.
Yeah, okay, maybe that's even a bit too much, considering Kerrigan's gone down to $500. They will get 3,400 into the next round, so let's hope Kerrigan can step up with that scout, because he'll be down to Famous next if he doesn't. But smokes, once again, keep it consistent. Take that vision away from the CTs. They want to treat this like a gun round. They know the 5-0 will be very beneficial to them indeed.
Well, following on to Kerrigan. Spot in. Can't find it. Smokes go down. They'll make it to secret. Forest will lead the way. There is a rotation already in place from Kiyoshima. Excuse me, from Nico. But Alu's already down inside of the control room as well, so they have the crossfire potential. No one's going to peek it. I imagine they'll wait for information from the other side, but that side's already taken down as Forest opens up onto Nico. Alu immediately vacates the control room and gets greeted inside of the site by Forest, who managed to make it around to decontamination, but Rain's done very well. Bomb goes down. He picks up a second kill. Molotov'd off. They can't peek the same side. Kerrigan instead tries to do so with the scout, and they've got a man advantage. Kiyoshima, meanwhile, he's still above, waiting to rotate back down, because even if they want to go lower, they've got to confront Rain, who now has a fourth kill, excuse me. And the bomb drop, they have to come in. They were hoping they could even pick that up and head back. Get Right's gonna find Keo, that's above, drops down, that gives the information that he's inside of the vents. And immediately Rain hits the ace, one of the sickest you'll see.
He's been in amazing form recently. Katowice is one of the best tournaments I've ever seen him play. And what a round that is to post #1 for FaZe Clan there. 5 kills. He's the only player of the M4 there. Kerrigan joined him with a scout. They pretty much were eco. And they go towards lower. They actually had the 5-on-3 advantage as well. And Rain finds an ace. Fantastic work from him. And gutting for NiP. They still have money to buy into this round, but that's sent out a clear message that FaZe have arrived on the server. And Alu now has the AWP as well. This should be a chance for them to start stringing some rounds together. No AWP on the NiP side. We discussed that being a bit of a problem for NiP right now. No superstar AWP to work with. Forest can pick it up occasionally, but it's hardly his main weapon at this point. Number 6 comes in. No smokes deployed as of yet. This looks like it'll finish towards upper. No one really outside for now. And Molotov sent towards the site.
Forest the one to throw that. Flashes as well. The rafters they land on. Positions at play. Nico waiting to watch onto the hut. Kerrigan's already rotated off of the ramp position because he's peculiar. Or rather, he's thinking it's peculiar that they don't have any information toward outside, as Exist will make his way into secret. But better still, Freiburg. He's going to work his way up onto the catwalk. Get in behind him, Nico. Not ready for it at all. Spots up Kiyoshima inside of the side as well. Good hit. Freiburg's low. Needs to fight inside the flames. Does what he can and gets the information. That's good enough for Get Right. They may have won the last round on the back of Rain's ace, but they're still facing an economic situation that's detrimental to them because it's Kerrigan that has to clutch this back. 1 versus 2 again. He jumps down aggressively, trying to change the angle before Exist can set for it, but they both go the same way. What is Get Right doing? He just walks in.
There's no need for that. They had like 40 seconds remaining. Why are they panicking? They know exactly where he is. Go together, and he runs knife out down the vent with the bomb on his back as well, and almost ruins around for his teammate as well. He has to face at that point that it's all gone in the bin, but Get Right, that's such a misplay by him. They know exactly where he is. They know he's watching that angle as well. Why would he take the risk? He's pre-firing the angle. Your teammates just faced it. Of course he's looking there. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's someone
just
out
slow
to
it down.
lunch.
You had time on the board. Slow it down. Go back towards lobby. Start making him second guessing. Have you gone towards lower? Are you coming back towards upper? Then just refrag him. Just go out together somewhere. Not knife out down the vent.
I'm sure Kerrigan's equally as confused as to why Get Right goes by.
Yeah,
So tons of smokes thrown. FaZe get an ace and a gift to make it 4-2. Spraying come in. Forest, he'll get rained down, but he does take a bit of damage. In fact, he was dinked, but thankfully it was through the edge of the box. And as such, he's left on 55. Off angle at secret. Nico finds one, goes aggressive, gets the other bomb down. AK grabbed. And that is a decent situation. That'll secure the round. Alu getting Forest. I was going to say, it's not quite there yet, but that certainly is.
This is the turning point, man. This is where it starts to fall apart for NiP. That great start, 4-0 up, lose to an ace clutch from Rain, and then that blunder as well. I feel like this is where NiP start falling apart. It's Get Right, though, in a 3 versus 1. Looking for some redemption here. 19 HP to work with, giving his position away. Alu, simple kill. There it is, headshot as well, just to make sure. Oh, I'm still a bit mad about that previous one.
I can understand, Henry.
I'll calm down. Anyway, 3 in a row for FaZe Clan. A couple of big clutches there from Rain and Kerrigan. Like he said, Kerrigan probably can't believe his luck that happened. But 3 in a row, and it will be a partial buy from NiP. Not so much, but it's going to be upgraded pistols at least. 2 sets of body armor and a few smokes to work with. And Alu still towards that wall. And he goes towards ramp at the start there. I thought he was going to commit at the start of the round, but he actually goes back towards that side. He drops his smoke to enable his teammates to have a bit more longevity towards that area. As he takes a passive position towards that side. He knows the money's not going to be great for NiP. Don't give anything away. Don't even give them a chance to get that up, even though they do take him down.
Door open, Nico waits. That sticks through the smoke. That just is immediate assassination up close onto Freiberg.
That was sick.
2 bullets as well because it's an M4, and even if it's inside someone's eye socket, it's not enough to kill them. It's going to exist, and Nico finds a hat trick.
He's so good. That's unbelievable. Like, yes, it's against just pistols there, but you see how crisp that shot was as he comes out, and he snaps towards main entrance, take a second one down as well. Beautiful CS at that point. 4 rounds in a row now for FaZe. Money comes back into favor for NiP. Still not all for them. 5 AKs. I'm sure they'll get back to base at this point. They've shown a lot of presence towards outside of those smokes. They do have options there. They don't necessarily have to send 4 players down towards Secret for this time. They do the same smokes. Send 1 player like Exist down towards that area. Go towards Ram, do a lower split. There are options when you're consistently throwing the same smokes, but that's clumsy again from Get Right, Matt. He runs towards Squeaky Door. This is a very common position for Alu to play. Main entrance, watches Squeaky Door. Get Right just opens it without a flashbang, without a smoke in front of him. Gets taken down. That's a really poor decision from him, I have to say.
Rain's going to take Exist. Henry, you're getting tilted.
I'm not. Yeah, a bit. A little bit. I don't know. You pointed out, though, Get Right has been in a bit of a slump recently. And this decision-making in these games, like, it's not even missing shots. It's just a bad play. And Rain, that is a nice shot, to be fair. He takes down Forest towards Silo. And I feel like they're going to run away with this one now. NiP does seem like they're falling apart at the seams. But it's with a kill. Something to work with here. If he gets the double, not meant to beat. Could have been a chance there. And Ali now, he'll fall back from the situation. They know exactly where Freiberg is. He can't win this round unless they gift it to him. Bomb down. 50 seconds of work. But he's hoping one of these CTs rotates into his crosshair. Not going to happen, I'm afraid, Freiberg. There's no reason to. So they'll allow him to pick up the bomb. Have a player down lower. Freiberg knows he's out of this one. He's just trying to make something out of a bad situation.
Well, if you can get a plant, that's something. Instantly assumes that there'll be someone in behind the silo at lower. He's right to do so.
Could get the plant in. Nah.
Well, with that positioning from Rain, he gets inside of the vents and immediately fires in.
Yeah.
It's 5 in a row from FaZe Clan.
This is the replay. Look how fast that was. That's so nice. Oh, I love watching Nico play. It's amazing.
You sound slightly aroused.
I thought as that when I said it as well. I had to rephrase it at the last minute, but
yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
It's going to be another partial buy for NiP. They
He really likes Counter-Strike, guys.
I'm addicted to Counter-Strike. Have been for 15 years. There are worse devices to have.
Yeah.
Got those as well.
Yeah, I was going to say. Your words, not mine.
Yeah.
Well, that said, it's slow pace this time. Pistols for NiP. They'll use Tech 9s and 1 P250. That's really all they have to work with. Kiyoshima above on top of Hut will wait for them to walk in. Does spot one, immediately tries to follow up with a second, but goes down. Doesn't even matter because Nico's there. He picks up 2. Rain gets another. Those 2 have been going off all night. Nico's dead. But so too is Forest. And so too is the round, because now it's in 6-4 NiP. I've had nothing since the opening. Talk about a turning point, too. You said Rain, and then that push in from Get Right. Look at the amount of rounds it's led to. No AWP going to be brought out from NiP on the T side. And as you mentioned, that's a problem for them anyway, so maybe it's better if they don't.
6 rounds in a row, though. After that great start, they had 11 grand in the bank. Losing the rounds to that 1-4. To be fair, that's amazing play from Rain, but that shouldn't be happening, really. Carrigan, aggressive. Pick coordinate in his hand. 5-4, just like that. They've got the betting now to actually work those sort of plays. He wants to push through smokes and deploy the unexpected strategy there. No one's going to be thinking a CT's going to wildly push through from round for him. And Rain now taking quite a lot of damage there at the start of the round. Goes under 50, but it's got back up from Nico. That's always a good teammate to come back you up. It's going to be Kiyoshima. They're finding the second frag. NiP just can't get rolling here since their FaZe have arrived on the board, but Exist finds Alu. That's a promising kill.
Forest trying to get an opening inside from the lobby. 3 versus 3, best chance for NiP, but unfortunately they've lost Freiberg, even though Exist has ground to work with. He's found Nico. But Kerrigan is slowly hunting him down, and he's now the last alive. Kerrigan must know he's gone above. Makes it onto the catwalk.
Silently as well.
He did it silently. You are correct in saying so, but as mentioned, Kerrigan's got to assume this. Good shot from Exist. That's 4 kills from him. Individualism going to pull them back, perhaps. Kiyoshima's inside of the site. Exist can't find it. This is Kiyo's round to win. He's got the angle. He's got the lineup. He's got the information. He's got the kill.
Such a good round from Exist as well. Heartbreaking to see him lose it there at the very final hurdle. 4 kills in total. Here's another little replay from the main man, Nico. If you're not aware, he's the newest signing. From what we've heard, is one of the most record-breaking deals in CSGO from Mousesports. And what the team has turned out to be their first event after 3 days practice. They get to the grand final of IEM Katowice and give Astralis a good run for their money as well, the #1 team in the world. So a tactical pause, probably a good time to do it as well. Still at that maximum loss bonus from Matt. Since that loss bonus began, they haven't actually got the bomb down at all. So that's quite indicative of how these rounds are going. They're losing the initial duels, they're getting pushed all over the place. 5-on-3s coming in quite commonly, and NiP had a decent attempt over Exist finding 4 kills, but you're not winning the round. It's all for naught, really. It just controls the FaZe economy a little bit there. So Carrigan's down to 5K, same story with Rain. 2 players on $1,000, so they can still break FaZe if they were to win a couple in a row. Another buy comes in for NiP. Still haven't seen a single AWP from them as of yet. They've got 3 AK so far. Exist and Get Right still to buy. It's round number 12. And I was on the hype train at the start. They were looking very good after winning the pistol. But they really have fallen apart here. So the buy comes in. 2 players without any utility whatsoever. Make it 3 now. Forest just had 1 smoke grenade. Get Right has $4,000. It costs $3,700 to get armor and an AK-47. That means you can buy 1 smoke as well. So what do you do with that?
You buy the 1 smoke.
So 3 smokes to work with, some flashbangs, and 5 AKs. That means you can do the outside execution like they normally do, but once they get to lower, that gets shut down, it seems. They haven't tried. They have got some really cool tactics on this map, actually. They've got one where they dive a player down towards vent. One player opens the door, Fiber bounces a smoke off the squeaky door room, flashbang comes in at the same time, he throws that, and they dive down the vent with the bomb. It's quite successful at getting that bomb down, but I haven't seen any of that play as of yet. I'd like to see them deploy that potentially. We saw them appear at Katowice without their coach threat, and he was actually at Vegas as well. They're trying to work out, is he the linchpin right now? I know he's on the server at this point. I saw him in warm-up actually taking part, so he's there. He can call for them as well in an online capacity. So a bit of a crutch for NiP, but so far, nothing really working out for them. So they get 2 smokes, 3, I should say, 1 Molotov and a few flashbangs. It's not ideal. Certainly possible.
Alu smoked off by the first of the 3 smokes, which NiP used just to get outside. 1 also at ramp, so they're down to 1 smoke, and not really much map control gained. In fact, they haven't even pushed on to Carrigan. They're just trying to keep him in place to give them more to work with outside. Good shot from Forrest. Down goes Alu. And rather than the wall, they use it on the big garage, hence why Alu was forced to relocate, and Forrest knew exactly where he'd likely go. But things slow. Exist sneaks in beside the smoke. Oh, second player on the catwalk, didn't see him. Exist goes down, Freiberg. He sits to find Rain, but it's Nico that's gonna start pushing up into Secret. NiP maybe have something in this, you know, they've still got 3 flashes. It's not a lot, but they could explode onto a bomb site. Better still if they can get the shot from Freiberg, but he went slow to react, down to 22 HP. And Nico starts to push through ramp instead. Does he commit to leaving lower? Because Keo's got upper, but they could quickly get down vent. He's going to have to make sure that he's relatively close by, so I don't think he'll leave the ramp room at the most.
Surely he's got to be in now. After losing 7 rounds in a row, 4 on 2, 30 seconds of the bomb not planted. It's in the hands of Pit. He's in the lobby. They're going towards upper, and Kiyoshima will be waiting for them as well. Could still cause an absolute nightmare for them. They have to win this round. Nico, though, he's towards lower. And it's Forrest causing a bit of distraction here, and he gets the final kill as well. So Forrest showing a bit of presence towards that lower bomb side, is trying to pull a single rotation, which actually works out for them there, leaving Kiyoshima in a horrible situation. 3 players coming towards him. He gets 1, that gets his position away, and NiP finally post around after giving so much away to FaZe Clan here. Still early days, 7-5. They can still win the half. So after some really troubling rounds, they can still actually end up winning it. And you can see the money, as we said, exists that big 4K about winning the round. It did damage FaZe Clan. So 2 UMPs going into this one. Ali still has the orb. Makes this once again towards outside. They won't be sending the majority of their manpower out there just yet. They deploy the smokes just to keep consistency. Rain will be limited in terms of what he can actually get from that garage position. Ali towards city spawn for now.
We'll wait for the cross. Nico, meanwhile, opening Squeaky, is going to push him toward the lobby. Terrorists need to be ready for it. Get Right seemingly is. He takes him down. No, oh, throw further nades in, though. Exist gets taken down by Keo in the back of the peak after the nade. 3 versus 3. Keo goes back in the site. Pith's going to start to push on to Alu. That goes no further. Rain's got Forest.
Why would you have a nade out?
Get right, 1 versus 3.
It's a very common position for a CD to play in ramp from. Runs with the nade out.
Tell him, Henry. I'm sorry.
It's just a bit nuts. Like, that's crazy. Okay, anyway. 3-on-1. Get right. What to play for here. After winning 1 round, this is a harsh reset for the Terrorists. They have about $1,000 per player if they drop this round. He's got 30 seconds remaining and 3 CTs to find.
Starts to look upper. No one peeking in through the silo gap mid-sight, so Get Right. It's got a little bit to work with to get in closer. Keo still inside from secret door shot. Rain's looking the wrong way. Get Right throwing the Molotov, though, gives it up. And Rain turns very easily to take him down. If he had walked around to check the site, as potentially he should have done, he would have found Rain quite easily, I think.
Yeah, that's a big round for NiP to give away. 5 rounds on the board now. So the decision comes in. Do they actually force buy into round number 14 here with 1 player maybe on an AWP and the rest of them on Tech 9s? Go for the rush. Or take an eco and aim for round number 15. It should be 9-5 at this point. So Deagles and a Glock for Pit. That suggests he might want to go for the AWP in the next round. Okay. Or he just dropped some Deagles over. Freiburg, that's better. Here we go. Takes down Rain outside. Lovely shot from him.
Lovely shot indeed. Nico gets down below. It's going to rotate around to make sure Secret's covered off. He'll greet Forrest and Freiburg. Freiburg goes down immediately. Nico's able to fall back, get in toward the stairwell at control room, but Get Right.
It's nifty.
Question is, does anyone peek him and where from?
Carrigan might have to.
Sorry?
Carrigan might have to because they're losing players across the board now. A chance to pick this round up. It's a 4-on-2, Alu and Nico. With Nico towards lower as well, Alu getting aggressive towards ramp. He's trying to get something going in their favor. He might get it. The timing's going to work against him just about. I think he spots Exist, takes him down.
Works well. Nico, a little bit desperate, but why not? Makes it work. To fall down the vent, come back up. Flash goes out. That is just sick from Nico. And now he's got to shake this back into a 1-on-1 with Get Right. Days gone by, you'd expect Get Right to win this, but it's Nico. And it's 2017. He's got 3 kills in the round. He has the M4, but he's electing to stay on the pistol. Get Right. Oh, he might walk right into this. He might walk right into this indeed. Nico gets the headshot, and it's FaZe with 9.
A 4-on-2, and Nico goes wild. What a round that was from him as well. Did you see how confident he is in his play? Opens the squeaky door, jumps through the window. Get Right has to get the bomb. He's assuming he's in that lobby position, allowing him to have a bit of control there. Sticks to the USP, doesn't want to reload and make a sound. Takes his head off. Beautiful from Nico. We're going to round number 15 here. Tech 9 for Pit. So I think he dropped Deagles in the previous round. 4 AKs to work with as well, but what a monster Nico is. My God. No AWP available for FaZe though, so still a very possible round for NiP here. We're 4-0 up. Haven't really got anything rolling since then.
Gosh. Ooh, Rain, nice shot. Better shot, Alu. Freiburg, though, inside of the smoke box. So push on to Kerrigan. Pith's the one to hit it on the Tech 9 instead. And that'll do. For now, at least. They've only got a 1-man deficit to pull back, which they've done against Nico, but Kiyoshima's there to trade back and forth. It's down to Pit. He's picked up an M4 bomb planted, trying to hold it off, but can't do much because he's caught inside of the site before setting up for a post plant.
Well, there it is, Matthew. It will be 10-5 in favor of FaZe. They continue their good form we saw in Katowice. NiP seems to be more the same. They got the 4-0 start, but then fell apart after Rain got that big ace in the 5th round. We'll see whether they can pull it back, though. Still early days. As we take a quick break, come back for Nuke.
Well, it's back to 4 and on to 2, excuse me, for NiP over FaZe. That's how it started, at least. Everything looked good. And then all of a sudden, it all fell apart. Ace from Rain. Yeah. Nico goes nuts. Get Right walks into a Kerrigan with the bomb in his hands and a knife out, I believe it was at the time, heading down the vents. Nothing really goes the way of NiP at all. Yeah, the
next round, he just runs out squeaky door and just into the warm embrace of Alu. It was quite hard to watch at times as well. That was an amazing clutch by Nico. So sick. As we get into the second half, it's 10-5 overall. FaZe looking strong. That's after losing the pistol on a 3-0 as well. 4-0. They get their double digits. So that's very impressive from them. We go into the second half, a much-needed pistol from NiP. It's normally a common tale with them. As soon as they have one massive mistake, like that round against Rain, where he gets an ace, I'm not necessarily sure you call that a mistake, but one sort of blunder, I guess, that's when they seem to fall apart as a unit. And it's something they really need to work on, because then at that point, it just didn't really seem to come back at all. They picked up one round after that, and that was it. We're going to the second half. 5 sets of armor for NiP here. A little decoy there as well. 4 sets of armor for FaZe and Kerrigan, the single smoke 2 flashbang. Most teams favoring that up a bomb site, smoking the main entrance, and then unloading with those flashbangs.
And this has the potential to be quick. Smokes will be, or excuse me, Skylight will be blown out, so maybe not smokes, but Kerrigan will be tossing in at least a flash. He does go for the smoke. It goes up toward Heaven. That'll cover off where no one's playing right now. It is similar, but is it going to... Oh, it looks like it. They've got pressure on ramp. 3 players there. No one waiting within the confines of it. Pith's gone back toward Turnpike instead. He would greet them, but instead they go right back to upwards. Freiberg, Get Right. Exist. All with kills until Nico gets one of his own, and Exist follows it up to get Kerrigan. It's down to just Nico. And they know he's going down to the vents, but they just go into a choke silver. As they walk to silver walls, that's what I meant. Of the vents, obviously not calling them silvers. As they walk into a choke point, gives Nico a bomb plant.
No way wins
And
this.
He'll be sitting back to watch for Exist to entry from the same point. Crosshair placement looks good. Finds the damage, looking for the additional shot, but Exist. He gets his 3rd of the round. That's enough for NiP to get their 6th in the game.
Oh. They certainly test the old heart there. Jumping down the vent, that doesn't really make any sense. They know Nico's going to be there, right? And they jump into his crosshair. One's fine, right? You establish, okay, he's there. The second one to go down straight away against a player like Nico as well. Very interesting decision. Like, you've got 4 on 1 at that point. Let's just force him apart, then we'll face him 1 by 1 if we have to. But still, they do manage to pick up the round, so no harm, no foul overall. 10-6. Force buy from FaZe. They're looking to play this round. It's going to be Rain with the AK-47, a UMP for Kerrigan as well, Deagles and armor. It's unorthodox. Normally, you're going to be buying up the AKs in the 3rd round here, but this certainly can work as well, especially with a player like Rain on this AK-47. Towards that side he goes, using that range advantage against the FAMAS's UMPs and a couple of M4s here as well. This could still be a very dangerous round indeed.
Rain peeks towards Secret instead and then goes back on top of Red Crate, jumps above to see over top of the smoke. It gives him a better angle as well to see into the stairs where Forrest is playing. Whether or not he can take advantage of that, that's another story. Nice shot from Rain. That is sick.
My God, that's one of the M4s gone as well.
That is so sick.
Goodbye.
But they still have to watch to make sure Forrest doesn't strike and take down the weapons that are outside with them. Pre-fire from Rain on top of Hut. Likely position. It's his teammate. I got excited for a moment too, just the way he's been firing. He was going to open things up and spot them. Knows that Freiberg's in behind the vent. That allows them to walk in. Kerrigan's able to get the kill. Rain's got Exist. Rain has got more than that. Take it back at Nico. Doesn't even matter though. Pith goes down and it's 11-6. Henry's having an aneurysm.
He's not. Henry's happy, as usual. Rain, well, to be fair, what can he do when he's hitting shots like that? Perfect stuff from him. And what was clever about that, just as his teammate, right, it's quite a subtle nuance, but as his teammate was making his way towards Heaven, he fires a couple of bullets. Like you said, he pre-fires towards Hut. He fires a few more shots out of that, just randomly. And that takes attention away towards that main entrance. They know there's only 1 AK available, so they're going to be focusing towards main. His teammate goes down towards the Heaven position. As soon as they do that, they're forcing themselves out of squeaky door, overwhelming the CTs. Nothing really they could do about that. And it will be 11-6. Bit of a risk that second round force buy, but it works out. And in return, NiP have forced themselves Deagles, 5-7 and a CZ, and body armor. It's not looking great, but they do a little bit of damage. And Pip, that certainly helps. 2 kills for NiP. Rain fighting back.
Fighting back indeed. Pith, he'll get off of ramp position, get a little bit closer with the Deagle. Knows he's got them on the run slightly based on the early damage. Doesn't stick around for another headshot. Rain will get it instead. on the AK, opening up ramp as well. No rotation toward Turnpike. They should be able to take advantage of this. Get Right tries to do what he can to get in position, but all he can do is hold heaven at this point and allow them to rotate into the lower bomb site.
It was looking promising with those initial 2 Deagle kills, but Freiberg, he needs to hit another Wanderer's shot here, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. That was the chance, and it's shut down by Carrigan. 3-on-2 now, NiP with no nades and no defuse kit. The range on that CZ can do damage, but it's very difficult to control, as the bomb should be planted here. Get Right just trying to hold them at bay, but it's going to be Exist finding that first frag of the 5-7, and upgrades for an AK as well. This has potential now. 1v1, Get Right with 5 HP against Carrigan, who's going to safely plant the bomb behind the silo here. How does he win this?
How does he? Get Right has 5 HP. And a UMP from range, has armor. Carrigan, 52 HP. Makes his way through the doorway at control, which Get Right realizes has been opened.
Yeah, but he has no idea that Carrigan can make this position. You've got to do a 10-second defuse here. He has to touch the bomb, hope he phases. That's the only way he's going to win this round. Tap it, look to decon,
noise made. Yep, gun thrown and dead. In 3, ooh, all right. 2, door open.
See ya.
Carrigan, doesn't matter, round over. Pops in just to get the kill, make sure it's secure. But the bomb going to explode, and Carrigan going to, ooh, save the AK.
Just about.
Saved by the bell.
Yep.
Good TV show that. AC
Yeah.
Slater, what up?
Zach Morris.
Don't know who that is.
That's the main character, the blonde hair.
Yeah, don't care.
No? You look a bit like AC
Nah.
Slater.
I've been told that.
Yeah, you actually do. It's
Mario
kinda-
Lopez.
yeah.
My future is going from an actor to the guy who talks about actors on a little tabloid show.
Yeah, there's in hotels all the time.
Which
Whenever
means that instead of being a caster, I'll be the guy that talks about. I'll be Monte Cristo.
Yes, okay, nice. He go for an IP here. P250, that was the force buy in the previous round. And they get towards a ramp from that FaZe gun, of course. And towards those should be a very simple procedure for them. It's Alu with Mac 10, going to throw himself in first to all these tight little choke points. If he goes down, not a big deal. If he gets in the vent, that's perfect. Nothing really the CDs can do at this point. And that's round over without a frag even being made. That's quite pretty when you manage to pull that off.
Bomb plant from Rain inside of the smoke. 12 rounds, all the potential and ingredients to make it a 13th for FaZe. And then guns will be redrawn by NiP.
In terms of the guns they can bring out, 3rd stage loss bonus after this one will mean $2,400 on top of the around 2K they've got. So the AWP's not a possibility. Maybe that's a good thing, though, for the reasons we discussed in the pre-game. They seem to do better with 5 rifles as a whole. Nico did spot a player there. I'm not sure it was the X-ray being a little bit misleading, but it's, on my screen at least, it looked like he did. Get Right should be dropping here. Ooh, gets the headshot, takes him down, but able to find the frag. Exist though, trying to find at least 1 kill, get $300. Not meant to be. All 5 players for FaZe staying alive there, but a lot of damage inflicted. That's about the only good news I can give you from that round. 13-6 now. Lose this one, it's pretty much over. 4th stage loss bonus on a CT side. Not going to be winning enough to win the round, and they'll be down to 14-6. They'll have to force buy. It's looking grim. They won both pistols as well, Emma.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
On Nuke. I think Virtus Pro did it against Heroic.
Both pistols with a 4-0. But it's Kiyashima going aggressively towards outside. Exist has to hold them off now. He can only find 1 kill. Forrest is trading though. It's something, but not quite enough. Just Pitt in the 2 versus 1.
And Pitt gets positioned faster than they were expecting, so 2 players in heaven works to get the bomb down, but he's going to give up the position. Molotov off, perhaps smart that he does. He'll try and take advantage of the flames being put down to mask his noise and get a little bit quicker toward the lobby instead.
Oh, he thought it was going to be lower.
And he thought
gutting.
wrong. You're right.
No
I thought he
care.
was going to go all the way through to radio.
He knows he can't win his round. That little shake is just a bit of frustration there. He's just like, well, no nades, no kip, don't know where they are, bombs down. How do I even possibly consider winning this round? We have no money
Spray
next
through
round.
that garage.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's what I would have done.
Get both kills. You definitely would have done that.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, well, not the kill part, obviously. But Ali will get the kill, and FaZe get 14-6. 20 rounds done. FaZe have the bulk of them. They only need 2 more.
So they have to force buy here. We said 4th stage loss bonus isn't enough for a CT buy, and you can see that reflected right now. Let's take a pause. Threat, what have you got to tell the boys? How can you kind of rile them up, get them ready for this round? 4 UMPs, Get Right with less than $3,000. You might just have to go down to a pistol here. Tactical pause. What's the tactic you bring to the table here, Matt? Do you stack towards upper? Because the reason FaZe go towards upper round is because they know that NiP, no money at all. They won't have incendiaries, probably won't have a plethora of smokes there. The stack's not necessarily going to be on that side of the map. Go towards upper, simple flash out, will overwhelm them. If we trade, we're going to win the round. It's not going to be enough left for the CTs to retake the site, which was very true indeed. Pit had nothing left in that 2 versus 1. If he had nades, maybe that was possible. If he had a kit, even more so, but it was just not meant to be. So the match has been paused. 4 UMPs and a few smokes, a couple of incendiaries. I'm not really believing at this point. NiP with 5 UMPs now, and FaZe looking to get match points here on Nuke.
Match point comes quite early, considering how this started as well. I mean, I think this epitomizes NiP's current form right now.
You kind of predicted in an interview recently that you think there has to be changes, right?
I didn't
what are your
predict.
feelings behind
I just think that there needs to be.
Yeah. I didn't watch
it. You know, a lot of people call me up for stating the obvious. Well, yeah, that's kind of why it's the obvious, because it needs to happen. The point I'd like to see is, as you mentioned, the AWP role needs to be occupied by someone greater. A couple of people mentioned Freddie B. I think Draken could come in.
Do you think that's going to be enough to sort
That's the thing.
out?
I don't know that it needs to be 1 or 2, or if we sort the roles out. You know, it's a shame. I do very much like these guys.
Yeah, this is the complete dynasty, right? This is the original OGs of CSGO.
Yeah,
and it's a shame to see it kind of...
And they're nice guys in general. I enjoy talking to them. They carry on conversations about more than just Counter-Strike, which is a rarity sometimes in our field. But it's, yeah, I mean, it might be time. It might be time to really just move on and get on to a new project.
Interesting thoughts. Well, again, it's round number 6, 5 UMPs. They have got a bit of utility that's been expended quite early on the round as to stop that upper rush coming in. That's where they thought it might be going. Incendiaries have been dropped. There's 1 smoke remaining now. They've got kits to work with here, but can they defend a full upper execution if that comes in? Shooting out the skylights just to keep the rotations in towards that inner side. 3 players for NiP there for now. Make it 4 in the inner side. That's the gamble. That's the cool threats come up with here. Play 4 on the upper side. Hope they commit. We'll see if we can hold them off with the close range weaponry.
So Forrest and Freiburg to play together inside of the site to watch both Annex and Squeaky. Which isn't that Squeaky anymore.
A little bit.
They got the WD-40 out.
They did.
They fixed it.
Well, Ramprim's open, and honestly, this is so perfect for FaZe. They've established a part of the map, and you have no presence whatsoever. Carrigan nails a lovely shot there. Get right at the drop on him, but doesn't have the weaponry to actually find the kill. So they go to 5-on-4. They have control of the map, and if they go towards lower, it's over. Freiburg, how is he going to hold off everyone with just that weapon in his hand?
Magic.
Bit of magic is required at this point. They're just going to plant the bomb straight up. They're clearing every single little angle here. Smoke towards Decon. That's where Freiburg is. He can't actually deny the plant now. 1 player watching the vents. It's done. It's going to be 15-6.
I'm sorry, NiP, to inform you that you're going to have to save your weapons. And even that may be slightly challenging.
How to get out of that smoked up as well, just to rub salt into the wound.
Everyone's going to have to go up ladders.
Oh,
the ladder in the vent, they're already being found. Keo, 2 kills. You head out towards Secret. You're covered off by Keo. There it is. Everyone goes down. 15-6 for FaZe Clan over NiP, who would go, I believe, what would 0-7 tonight?
0-5.
0-5. That's right. I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Perhaps I'm foreshadowing.
Nico's left the server. He thinks it's over, but there's still 1 more round to go, my friend. 15-6.
He's actually just...
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, you guys can finish this one off. You'll be all right. Well, we said 4th stage loss bonus wasn't enough to buy. Quite a similar case for the 5th round loss bonus. That's $3,400. Famas, UMP, Scout. Freiburg's got an M4, but that's all he got. No nades to work with here. Get right yet to buy him 3,400, and they need 9 rounds in a row now. And from what I've seen, that ain't gonna happen. So this is a technical pause, of course. We're just waiting for Nico to come back in. This should be job done at this point. NiP not really gonna do much about his situation. Nico's joining the server once again. Should be good to go momentarily. But yeah, just a reminder, if you are just joining us and wondering what the hell happened here, NiP were 4-0 up. Only got 1 round after that, won the 2nd round pistol as well. And here we are. It was a great force buy in the 2nd round from Rain and co. Like we said, it wasn't traditional CS. If you get the bomb on the pistol, you normally bring out the AKs in the 3rd. Take a bit of a gamble after getting some kills. And Rain what amazing form he's in right now. I spoke to
agree.
him at the after party. He's just like, yeah, I'm just feeling it. Like, I feel like this is having the best CS I'm playing right now. And he just feels more confident with the addition of Nico. Like, he can actually rely on to take some more aggressive picks at the start of rounds because, you know, he's got Nico there to fall back onto if it goes wrong. But he's hitting all the shots, to be fair.
That's confidence they both have, to be fair. It just goes to show what Nico's capable of when he's got confidence as well. And flash off toward Forest. Does find one of the scouts, something to work with to get the ball rolling, but are they rolling back the years? Because they need to win rounds. They need to find the skill they used to have, and Forest, he shows that it works well. A second headshot, a third kill in the round, and suddenly, NiP's got a chance. They're in it with a shout. Look at the two that are alive, though, Kiyoshima and Nico.
If they can keep 5 players alive here and then upgrade to the M4s, maybe we have a game on our hands, who knows, but great work from Forest. Just when they needed someone to step up, he gets 3 kills with a scout. Freiburg, little backstab there as well. He finds the 4th kill. Round done. Something to work with. Keep 5 players alive. They can upgrade those to AKs now. You can see him desperately trying to scavenge for them. They get 4 of those. Scout goes down as well. So Forest, yeah, she's on 18 kills, and that's quite surprising, all things considered. It's actually 19 for Exist as well. You'd think this would be a closer game with those kind of numbers posted.
Well, they get the M4s out. The AK, I get the M4 out, I should say, and the AK's carried over. AWP for Alu, he goes aggressive, already toward outer. Nades are gonna land on him, he may go, oh, 6 HP. 6 HP, enough to get right. So close, yet so far. And that is a problem because they go down 2, they bring it back though. As Exist will get Nico. Pith, he finds Rain, and Pith goes back immediately over toward Ramp, where he'll spot Kerrigan, but Kerrigan gets the kill.
Yeah, they're having a bit of fun in this round phase, aren't they? It's going to be Get Right going down first, but Pit and Exist trying to keep the dream alive here. It's a 3-on-2, a match point. Exist gets towards lobby. That's a good position considering Kiyoshima will be rotating there momentarily. Does he have the patience, though, to find this frag? I'm not sure he does. Oh, God, it's going to be real close. They actually miss out on each other there. As we get into the 3-on-2 of 1 minute remaining as well. Exist, though, decent positioning to find a frag here. There it is.
Done. Slips in, undetected. Alu now rotating down in a 2 versus 2. He's going to give bomb, rather get the bomb, excuse me, from his teammate, and they'll start to work in. He's got the AWP, needs to find the opening shot as well. Not yet a full rotation down to the lower site. In fact, they're both still upstairs. They'll come down together.
Yeah.
Exist playing at the ramp.
So they're going to do that smoke out of the window door there, plant inside it. Game on now for NiP, the retake, one of the hardest sites to get back into in the game. Can they find it?
2 to work with. Both have kits. HP advantage, they find Alu. Molotov off Kiyoshima, he's able to put that on the right side. That should tell Forrest that he's inside of the control room. Smoke on the door, better shot. NiP stay in it.
They do indeed. Comes down to the 2-on-2, and it's a good retake as well. Forrest just delaying the defuse there slightly to see if there's anything they can scavenge, maybe an AWP, but not really picking it up just yet. And now, NiP, 2 rounds in a row. Still a rough round for them. They will be able to fully buy into this one. And I think it's a similar case for FaZe, considering they got the bomb down as well. Yep, 5 AKs, no Alu AWP. They found those initial frags, but NiP 4 back there. Got 2 of their own, brought it back to a winnable situation since Alu went down. Kiyoshima couldn't do much about it. Round number 9. 7 in a row now for NiP. Slowly but surely, getting back into it slightly.
Get right. Throwing a nade out toward Red. Gets aggressive on the flash, makes it work, takes down Alu, former teammate. I'm sure Alu's loving the conditions right now of this match. Nico tries to open back up that same position, but Get Right slipped back into secret instead of sticking around. And things slow a lot. Molotov goes down the stairs. That's actually pretty good sign for Get Right. Oh, does he peek this? I would have thought he waits to let them walk in, but goes and misses it. And that's a problem. A big one at that.
It was actually pretty intelligent, right? Because that Molotov is indicative of the terrorists got to just say, okay, that area is safe now. We have some room to move with. It's actually always the correct decision to face at that point. They had no idea it was coming, but 2 targets on his screen. He shoots in between both of them, and he gets wrecked. So 4-on-4. That was a big kill for FaZe to pick up. Now they have plenty of time to work with here. Pit's wary that lower could be a possibility. You can see him watching towards window room. They don't really have much intel to work with here. Karrigan shoots out the skylights. Kiyashima up towards ramp, like we said. No one really waiting for them in that position. So we need to start operating a little quicker now. Smoke towards heaven. This is what we call, that's why we call it a G2. They wanted to go beneath ladder and go up it. That takes the vision away for the bomb site, but looks like they will be opting to a lower. Karrigan's watching the rotations there event. This is a big kill from Pit though. Needs to get more than one. Once he manages to pull off, looking for 3. Not going to happen just yet, but 2-on-1 for Karrigan, but I don't think this round is possible as the bomb was already down with 10 seconds remaining. So good work from NiP. That should break the money now for FaZe. They shouldn't really force into this. They're going for it anyway.
Why not? It's FaZe clan, yo.
I would say this is unnecessary force.
FaZe up.
Yeah.
Pit did well as well in the third one, just slow Nico down enough to let Forrest get on the flank.
Yeah, I don't agree with this force buy simply because you've got this huge bed of rounds. You're a match point. Just wait to get the full buyout, just finish it off properly. Money's not really an issue now of NiP. They lose around, that's it. But Nico on the UMP, 4 AKs. Whenever I make this point anyway, it seems like that's the round that ends it. So they'll probably be fine.
Yep, they like to make you eat your words just like that. Flash through. Aloe and Rain find kills. Get right only manages one in return, and Rain gets Forrest. I'm sorry, Henry.
Yep, that's the shake again.
You're wrong. Pith with the shake. Shaky, shake, shake, make one. Wake and bake, shake, bake. I don't know where I'm going with that, Henry. Please help me. But it's Karrigan that gets found. Smoke toward the hut. I think Moses likes that one. That's going to drop in. Karrigan did this a lot on his T-sided retakes and rotations in Pit. He's going to try and open this up. Gets to the bomb. Immediate peek. Flash comes through. Rain hits the kill. And FaZe pick up the map.
Yeah, if we were talking about a big tournament right now, we're saying, okay, at least NiP came back towards the latter stages there, got some rounds together, but it doesn't really matter here. This is a separate best of one. They do play again, but FaZe dominant there. First half, especially after going down 4-0, they just look stellar throughout, and NiP, that's what we always talk about. And as soon as they have those big blunders, that's when they really fall apart as a team. And I have to say, it's more of the same so far in Pro League. They go 0-5.
0-5. The scoreline that I'm familiar with. Moses, I don't know if you are or not, but you're with Chad, and I like him.
Brilliant. Always brilliant, is that Sadicist. Yeah, tough match for NiP there. Good win from FaZe. We see some of the danger of these guys coming out.
Yeah, Henry there saying, you know, what are they doing? Why aren't they going for a full gun round? This is FaZe. They're the exception to the rule, I think. It's even more so than the G2 or Envious days, you know, when those guys were doing the force buys. The players on FaZe seem so unreal in these situations with whatever weapon. They're not relying on the run and gun of Tech 9s and that kind of stuff. They're just so good at aiming with the Deagles, the AKs, that on the T side, you're going to back them in with whatever weaponry they have.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is there was a point in time when Nico was still in mouse sports, and this is an extreme example, obviously, where on these kinds of rounds when he has the Deagle instead of the AK, we're saying, like, what the hell's going on? Put the AK in your best player. Well, now they have so much talent and so much, you know, players that can have an impact with the AK-47, entirely reasonable to keep Nico on the Deagle, because we've seen what he can do with it. So the thing I like to see out of this phase is there were a couple rounds, and actually they ended the match on this kind of that split upper execute, where you see FaZe. Before Karrigan came in, we always talked about how they just look confused and indecisive. And there's a point in these tactics when they're setting them up, and then you just see the call come out. You see the flip switch, and they all just converge and hit the bomb set at the same time, and it's so scary.
It's great to see, you know, and that's what they needed. It was before it was just players going one at a time and doing their best entering a site. This way there's a little bit of cohesion. They can actually trade. They can use the aim effectively. And we saw it a couple of times in that match. Something that I was, you know, there's the get right blunder that was early on. Now, him going down the vent in that situation makes absolutely no sense. Now, normally I don't want to harp on this kind of stuff, but it's just like, the question is why? I can't really I can't think of an answer. Maybe I have to watch the demo to see what happened there. But that wasn't the round which kind of started it. It was the Rain ace where he with the saved M4, which was a huge round by him, right? And things like that happen in Counter-Strike. You can't let that tilt you. So that's like, if that's what happened, then that's probably not a great response.
But at the same time, it was 4-0 at that point.
Yeah.
And then he wins that, and then it goes on to be a 10-5 half. So you got to feel like that round is just like that. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that kind of a mistake is just we've gotten to the point where these players are so frustrated with all the different changes, things they're trying to do to improve, that when that happens, it just puts them down low again. And that's when the further mistakes occur after that. Yeah, and that's what you have to try and avoid, right? They did early on when they started that 4-0, they did that top execute. But what they do is, I saw this with VP initially, they do the top execute, throw all the Molotovs and stuff, force the top players to call
call for rotations. That draws the outside player to come either help wherever he's playing from, fall back to ladder, go help Annex, something along those lines. They sent 2 players around catwalk. Those players get a heap of territory, and then they're able to split the bomb site through ladder and then lobby again in kind of like a double pump fashion. And it's really effective. The problem is, you know, it's difficult to use that again, but you can use that to fake, and we didn't see that happen from NiP.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. One of the strengths of NiP on this map is that CT side. I don't think they give themselves a great chance to really get into that CT side. FaZe was just so very good on both sides of the map, really. I mean, that was just a very dominant performance. I think we're going to see, this is why we see this team continuing their success. This isn't just like a honeymoon period of Nico coming in and being so happy with the additional firepower. This is now a team that's clicking in many, many different ways. Kerrigan, Alu playing much, much better within this team now. Kiyoshima being a monster at times. I mean, and then that's even before you get to Rain and Nico, who are just unbelievable. So this team is very, very deep.
Yeah, I have to agree, and I think, you know, the longer they have, the deeper their map pool can get. They can actually get some proper set executes in there, other than just the team play and the trading. And I'm really happy with what they're showing so far. They're continuing this dominance.
Yeah, well, we'll see if they can dominate again on the second map of the series. That's going to be Overpass. We're going to have to hope that NiP can get onto this map and split this, because they're still winless in this series. So we'll find out when we return. So stay tuned, and after the break, it'll be that second map.